Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
The next concept is automatic accounting determination. This is important. This is also, you need to work on the two consultants like at a SAP MM. What is mean by automatic accounting determination? It is a process of posting the expenses into GL account. Which is called as a automatic accounting determination. How the GLs will be heated. See, now till now, like in goods, you see, stock account will be debit, GRR will be credit, and invoice account will be debit, and some vendor account is credit, like that we in the Amigo or in Naro. Whatever you do, the inventory is not. That places, what we are doing is generally how the GLs will be hit. We are telling this account will be debited, that account will be debited, and the credit will be happened here. But how the system is understanding in the back end. The concept of this accounting determination is how system determining the GL accounts in the back end. First, it will be start from here. A material type. We will do the configuration exactly in the initial classes. We did the material type configuration at the time I told that the account evaluation class, everything we are using here standard. Then we will do the changes. If you remember that one, there is a material type. You remember what is the material types? ROH finish the goods system. That is a material. Generally, what happened whenever you're creating the material type? Material type contains account category reference. For that account category reference, what will have valuation class will have. When you're creating the material, what will happen? Valuation class can be triggered. See if it is single, automatically it will be only one will come if it is a multiple. If it is a multiple, then you need to select the one or two. Whatever the required valuation class that you need to select all the this how it will be happen. Now we will see in the system like one by one. We will see. The configuration is financial if I consider also involved in the software. I will show first. We will see what we look. The defense IMG. Next material management valuation and upon assignment. Next is your account determination without visa. First, if you want to active, then first you need to define this one. Valuation grouping code should be active. This is always active. If you want that, this GLS and all those things concepts should be work on in your system. Next, define valuation classic. First one is define account category defense. If you go it is here the account category defense is forward. What I will do is I will just make it. We'll go to the account category defense here. I will define new account category. What I'll do is I'll copy one of the standards, select obvious. I created a one upon category reference. Then we'll go to the here also I'll different valuation class. That's a fun. My valuation classes. Generally we are old. Create this effort like this. We create 3000 like that. We'll put a value. Click on the site because if you see a lot of things are created, you can. Whatever create, it will be through. That's why you have to do this. Now I define the account category defense, and for that account category difference, I assign the valuation class here. Then if you go and check, and what you need to do is you need to assign this valuation class to account category material type. I'll go to the account category difference. What is my material type of Jira? Here it is a 4, just to remove. What is my account category reference? See here 2v4. Now what we covered here till now. I define a one category reference. I made a valuation class and this is linked to material type. If I create a material, what will happen? It should ask my valuation classes. See material should be asked the valuation class. Whatever I link to the account category reference. See now you can see here valuation classes automatically come. Just I'll come more here. If I have one, I'm making automatically this, creating one. If you have multiple, then you need to come here and you need to select which one you required. Now I'm click on the enter. For example, standard price, I'll make it as a 10 rupees and that's it 10 to 24. This material we created. Now like it got created. Now this step is we are done. Next is a plan. When we define the plant we defined at the time of our organization structure. Organization structure. Now what we did, plant is linked to company and the chart of accounts link to company. Here we are making the one valuation grouping code, which is not a mandatory. But the group of evaluation area is nothing but the planter that we are grouping together and given small code that is called as a valuation grouping code. That valuation, grouping code and chart of accounts with the reference to transaction event keys and valuation class. By this 4 combination, we are linking to the GL accounts in the BYC. I'll show you in the system. Group together valuation area. You see here now valuation area. One single page we connect all those things. This configuration will come automatically. You are not doing anything. How it will come when you define the plant? Plant is linked to company code. Now at the time this beginning itself is created. This is back end itself. It will be created. No one will create it. Once you do the organization structure assignments, now automatically we truly combined make it over here. Here you need to assign the GL. This is a configuration we need to do. Once it is done, then you can see for the automatic postings. You remember this one. Every time I used to tell him, go in there and maintain the GL account assignment. These are the transaction keys, for example 6. If you see here BSX, what has happened? Valuation class. For the valuation class, what we assign? This is a valuation class. We assign it every time. We change it to zoo onto. Correct? Always a zoo. This is your valuation class in your material master. For this material master valuation class, when the GL should be hit, that it'll system don't know. Now in purchase order you have the valuation class. Now you've created a PO with the reference to this plant and company code. Now PO got created when it is doing the GL. It need to find the GL accounts. How this GL accounts will be? Find means with reference of the moment type and transaction. This will be linked to the valuation stringer. For example, there is a moment type 101 and there is a valuation class FF1 and plan. This combination system will go and check for this valuation class and a transaction event keys F1 whether the GL existing or not. For example, if GL is not existing, then system will throw an error. This account not content. Where that configuration is there, you go back. Now here define moment types for the valuation string. Here moment type, valuation string, and a transaction event keys, like when it should be debited, when it should be credited. This is also standard configuration. We should not touch any time. If it does this one, it will be happened. A lot of issues. If you analyze very well, then only you can do this one. Otherwise, you should not. Anyhow, you don't have access here to enter manually. This is the configuration. Then we'll do when we have the moment type. Whenever you want to create a custom moment type at the time, we are going to use this one. Otherwise, we won't use. Now what we do is we done this one. This part is done. Valuation class is done. And this is also we see. Now what I'll do? I'll create a PO and I'll do the GR. Now created a PO. Now I'll do the GR. Document. And now you can see 6F1. Not possible. Why it is not possible to do this one? Now I maintain valuation class in my material. And it is extended to plant and company code that I created the PO. But now it is valuation class and going to check the GL accounts. For a moment, I1 not 1, it is a BSX and RearX, it is going to check. Now we're not able to find this GL account. That's why system is giving the error. Now what we will do, we will go and maintain. This maintenance can be done by the finance guys. There's a transition code OYC. Code. Select this one. Click on copy FF and you go and check for the WRX also. Now you just check again. RD. This all GLs will be handled by them only. We do. Now document is created. This is like how a system will determine the automatic GLs in the backend. If you explain this concept, people will be very happy. This is how we will do the automatic accounting determination. This is the how automatic accounting determination will be happened. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.